Just arrived in Hanoi. Got dropped off by a bus and now walking to my hotel. Using the old Google Maps on my phone, but I got a pretty good idea of where to go, at least walk this way for a while, get over a couple of blocks that way. Just thought I would give a little first impression of Hanoi. So far, I really like the vibe here. It is the capital of Vietnam, but it is actually the second largest city of Vietnam after Ho Chi Minh City. And it doesn't feel too like crazy overwhelming. Obviously, coming into the city was pretty slow going on the bus. I was on kind of this, not like a big bus, kind of a mini bus. I just bought a ticket from this restaurant in Ha Long Bay where I was staying. The restaurant owner was kind of a tourist office operator guy as well. I also booked my tour of Ha Long Bay with him, and it was a great tour, good price and everything, but I wasn't quite sure what the bus was going to be like, and it was really cramped. I was like sitting between two kind of large people, one of whom was the guy who kept falling asleep and leaning over on me. And so that bus ride was quite in contrast to the bus ride that I had from Ninh Binh to Ha Long Bay. I was traveling with Ellen at that time. In case you didn't see my last video in which I explained, then Ellen was meeting up with a friend, another friend of hers in Hanoi yesterday, a friend from the Netherlands that she had all planned before to meet up with for the end of her trip. She's actually meeting two other friends. And so she and I traveled together for 10 days there, had a really good time, and then she had to move on to her other plans, and so I'm back traveling solo. But anyways, the bus from Ninh Binh to Ha Long Bay was like the ultra deluxe sleeper thing. I'd never been on a bus like that before, where all the seats were sleeper seats, not fully reclining, but like partway reclining. They weren't really seats, they were like halfway between seats and a bed, kind of, you know, double-decker, a row on bottom and then another row on top. And so you had tons of space to like really chillax back, and nobody, you know, leaning up against you or anything. And so this was a 3.5 hour bus ride from Ha Long Bay to here. But I survived it and glad to be here, and looking forward to exploring Hanoi. So I'm staying at this pretty nice hotel, it looks like, for 2 nights. It's $30 a night, which I know is, you know, a little expensive. You can get cheaper accommodation, but this is a sweet place. I will show the room at the end of this video. And so I'm staying there for 2 nights, and then I'll see after that, because I fly out of Hanoi in 6 days from today. And so I'm going to you know, see about maybe going somewhere else for at least a couple of days. I think I have to get 1 block over more, and that street looks pretty interesting over there. So, all right, this is by chance. They do not stop at the crosswalks. So I'll just, you know, kind of hang out and explore tomorrow, and then see if I want to stay another day or 2, or get out of the city, or maybe even just stick around here for 5 days and explore and kind of take it easy. We shall see. It is definitely interesting around here. Lots of, like, you know, places like this where people can just kick back and have coffee or a beer or whatever. A beer, oh yeah, I'm ready for a beer. All right, so I think I'll, wow, that is quite a dress there. I think I'll go right here. And so, just gonna walk down here a ways. $25K it looks like for coconuts. I guess that means 25,000 dong, so $1. As you can see, I'm rocking the socks and sandals. It was actually kind of chilly in Halong Bay. It's warmer here. I don't need the socks, but it was a little bit cold and stormy in Halong. It's amazing what you see people carrying on motorbikes around here. That's funny, a little watermelon basket. Wow, it is definitely really action-packed streets. All right, let's pull out the phone and see where I'm at. Yeah, it looks like I gotta just keep on walking down this way. I'm headed the right general direction. And so, just thought that I would like recap my, hello sir, no thanks. Recap my trip for a little something to talk about, and I guess I'll kind of mention where I went and what they were like. So, I've been in Vietnam now for a little over 2 weeks, basically about 2 weeks. Flew into Da Nang, which is in central Vietnam, the 5th largest city of Vietnam, about 1 million people, and a cool city. It's actually more modern than what I've seen so far of Hanoi. Lots of large skyscrapers and futuristic looking buildings and bridges in Da Nang. And I stayed there for 4 nights, a couple of days on my own, and then I met up with Ellen there. I went to the Marble Mountains, which are just outside, kind of more like hills, and really interesting and worth a visit. There are a bunch of temples and caves you can explore there. And then Ellen and I went to Hoi An, which is only about 30 minutes away from Da Nang. And so Da Nang is a good place to fly into because you can get to Hoi An easily, and then from there you can head north to see the north of Vietnam. So I'm not seeing any of southern Vietnam on this trip, just not enough time. I don't think this is Vietnamese food. And then Ellen had arranged already, she'd like done her research and had this idea to motorbike from Hoi An, which by the way, Hoi An is really nice. It's like super touristy, but for a good reason. It's definitely worth a visit, and lots of interesting stuff to do around there. Man, wow. Okay, here's a nice shrine. Wow. And so Hoi An is really beautiful and a nice scene if it wasn't for all the other tourists. But but it's still worth a visit. All right, we got some interesting street food here. Looks like fish, I guess, like fish sticks kind of. And so from Hoi An, then Ellen had this plan already in mind to motorbike from there up and over the Hai Van Pass, which is this picturesque pass north of Da Nang. It goes along the coast, but I guess the road has to go over this high pass. And so you can rent a motorbike, and this was all arranged by a company in which they rent you the motorbike, and then you can drive it one way to where you're going. And so we drove to Hue, or road. Hello. And then they take your big backpack so that you don't have to, you know, ride a motorbike with a massive backpack on your back. And they drop it off where you're going. And so we did that. As anyone who saw that video knows, then Ellen's motorbike broke down on her, and we had to hop on, both of us on my motorbike, but we got there. And so we went to Hue, but only to catch an overnight train. And so we didn't spend any time in Hue, just a few hours, and we didn't go out and do anything. Wow, these smell so nice. And so Hue looks worth a visit as well. There's some interesting stuff to see around there, and also like Vietnam War history and a like castle fort thing, but we didn't see any of that. So we did an overnight train up to Ninh Binh and then stayed in a jungle like bamboo bungalow outside of the city by this lake in this really amazing setting, and stayed there for 3 nights and explored around there. There's a lot to see. You can go boating on the Tam Coc. I'm not sure if that's actually the name of the river or just the area or the national park, but anyways, it's called Tam Coc, and you hire a boat ride and they boat you up this waterway. And then we went to a really incredible temple, the Bai Din Buddhist Pagoda. And then from there, we caught a bus, the one that I talked about, the really fancy kickback bus, Circle K. So I haven't seen a 7-Eleven yet in Vietnam. I think they must not be here, or I would have seen one by now, but they do have the 7-Eleven apparently. I mean the Circle K. And so from Ninh Binh, then we took the train or a bus to Halong Bay. Pardon my like being distracted, but it's because I'm distracted. There's a lot going on here. Hello. And so we went to Halong Bay, and Ellen stayed there 2 nights, and I stayed for 3 nights and did the Halong Bay tour yesterday. And Ellen came out here yesterday, and then I hopped on the bus this afternoon, and here I am. So that captures my 2 weeks so far in Vietnam, and then, as I said, 6 more days left. All right. Time to check the phone again. I've got to be pretty close at this point. See where we're at. All right, yep, just keep walking straight, it looks like. So this is definitely a cool area to be in, it looks like. I mean, this is obviously a city. You can just walk out and walk around and see where you end up, and you're going to run across all kinds of cool stuff. And also, you know, tons of great eateries and coffee shops. Maybe I'll book a tour. I'm thinking about the Mai Chao. There's Sapa, which sounds really amazing, but also very touristy. And so the Mai Chao, that's like, oh, it is doner kebab. I was gonna say, it's like, you know, in Greece or something, the gyro meat. so Middle Eastern food there. And so the Mai Chau is another like mountain village area outside of Hanoi that is a little bit closer than going to Sapa, but actually less touristy, probably because it's less spectacular scenery, but it's supposed to be pretty nice anyways. And so maybe I'll get out there. All right, getting closer. I don't have the walk sign, but people are stopped, so I should go for it. See, there's Sapa, like terraced rice paddies, and wow, really beautiful architecture. Next time a bike breaks down, this is where we gotta go. All right, I think I will end this video here. I'm pretty darn close. And I will end this video by showing my room. And so here's the room. It's really awesome. A little small and no window. Well, sort of a window. The advantage to not having window, especially in a noisy city, is it's nice and quiet. So that's just fine. Little TV there. And then attached bathroom, of course. And it's just super clean and neat and tastefully done. There's a safe and a fridge. Lots of little drawers. Looks like a good bed. Definitely gonna do the trick. And so I'm sure that some people will be curious where this hotel is, what the name is. I'm not going to say it yet, because I might be staying here, you know, longer if I'm gonna stay in Hanoi for the next 6 days, all depending. But once I take off and I'm not actually staying at the hotel anymore, then I will pin a comment in the comment section down below the video. And so check there if you're curious to see what this hotel is. So I think that I will head out and do a little more exploring and show just a little bit more of Hanoi for the end of this video. And so the hotel is down this really cool alley. Backpacker hostel, that is not the place that I'm staying. All these restaurants, hostels, hotels, tourist booking offices. And away from the busier streets, so this is ultimate. I didn't know that it was going to have this location on this little back alley, so this is really cool. Massage, ooh, I might have to go for that later. Crystal Pearl Hotel, Han Vet Hotel. So you really have your pick here of budgets. Got your street food. You got nice restaurants, you got hostels, you got swanky looking hotels. And if you're wondering where this is, Huyen, no, I don't know how to pronounce that, but no Huyen and Pho Lai Quoc. But it's on Huyen Street, I guess. All right, which way to go from here? Both ways look interesting, but I think I'll try this one. Yeah. And I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not gonna film too much longer here, but just give a little more of a taste of really fascinating Hanoi. At this point, I'm feeling like I think I would rather just stay in Hanoi and book a day tour or two rather than have to pack up and move and then come back into the city and everything. So maybe just stick around at this hotel where I'm at and enjoy Hanoi here and try to get out of the city and see a little bit more as well. And then here we have Pho Chan Cam. Get up to this busier street up here and see what's around the corners. See, when you don't have a window in your room, you don't have to listen to that beeping in your room, so it's kind of a plus actually. And a lot busier here. Hello. Oh, I'm okay right now. No, thank you. I'm going to have a beer and it doesn't. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll try later. Thank you. Not quite in the mood for us right now, but those are good. It's like donut holes kind of or something. And we do have a working light here, it looks like. Count it down, it's a long one, 2 minutes. Let's see if maybe I can get across here. Oh, there we go. All right, I got the cross sign. Cat Ba Islands. I kayaked through that hole right there yesterday. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. And so I found this place called Balcony Cafe. All right, excellent. Thank you. Halida beer, haven't tried this one yet. And so happy hour, all beer, 20K. That is 20,000 dong, less than $1. Mission accomplished.